Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, this is Vaughn Ryder, and welcome back to an episode of Well Done, my Let's Play on the VintageBeef Fan Server, and it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I decided to put a tree in my yard just because that seemed to be the thing that everybody was doing, and I'm not sure I like it. It just kind of looks like a cluttered mass of crap. I was kind of going with like a white and blue theme with some glowstone lights. I don't know. I don't know. I guess Christmas trees are just kind of gaudy to begin with, and that's just kind of what they look like in real life, like a blob with a bunch of dots on it, but, at least I tried. I was going to put one in the nether hub. I wanted to just put one in here, and then I was going to put one in the center of the nether hub. I thought that would be kind of like a fun, festive thing to do. And after seeing how much of a failure I think this one is, I have decided not to do that. But, well, and apparently Punching Blocks paid us a visit. And this watermelon right here, this is left over from a prank that Sir Bananers pulled on me a long time ago. I cleaned up all the watermelons, he put them everywhere, and I kept this one. And I didn't mean to keep it, I just didn't clean it up, and when I was building this garden, I found it, and I decided to keep it. So apparently Punching Blocks came over and decided to name it Punching Blocks Melon of Fortitude. But, speaking of the nether and things that I was going to put in the nether, I finally got around to cleaning up the prank that Fallen put on me while I was at Minecon. Took a little while to get around to it, it's just tedious and boring, and I hate working in the nether. But it gave me an excuse to finally fix the floor in there, which I'd been wanting to do for a while. I wanted to put I wanted to put ice on the ground. So now this whole area is iced up. It meant that this was all red wool before, and this was brick, but this was all red wool, so it looked a little nicer. So I don't like the look of it as much anymore, but you have to use slabs in order to get the slidey effect of the ice. So I guess it's a decent compromise. It's certainly a lot nicer to be able to run through here on ice instead of on not ice, I guess. So, yay. That's that. It took far longer to do than it should have because, one, I was getting attacked by Caleb during it because I gave him a stupid little prank. With all the magenta wool that I had left over, he was AFK, so I covered him in it and then hit a bunch of blocks around his place. And when he came back, he came over here and punched some zombie pigmen while I was working, and then logged off so that they attacked me. Caleb, thank you so much. But I've got some stuff to show off today. I've been busy on the server. We are resetting our Feed the Beast server, like probably most people are. So I recorded some last night there, but I may scrap that footage for various reasons and just bring it back when we've got the new server up. But I had a pretty good response to that. My failures are apparently quite funny, and that makes for enjoyable videos. So thank you very much for anybody who watched that. Towers are still new, in case you haven't seen an episode recently. I redid the towers. They look good. Today I also... the interior of this area is just kind of plain and boring, so I've worked a lot on this stairwell today. Ooh, fancy. So I've cleaned up the stairwell, basically, for no reason whatsoever other than just it was boring me, and I wanted it to look nicer, so I tried some different designs, and I kind of like this one. It's a bit much, and there are, like, holes that go into my bedroom so that you can, like, voyeur peep into my room, but I think it looks cool. I like the way that it is. Added a little extra recessed lighting, and I also put one down here. Very simple stuff, but I think it looks good. Everything down here is the same. You guys saw the recently updated tree farm, but I have done some other things down here. My pumpkin farm was just not producing as many pumpkins as I wanted it to, so I expanded it. It was just this little square right here, and now it is 3 times bigger, I guess. So I pushed this wall out and this wall out and made it quite a bit bigger. I think it's funny the way that you stand over here and all the faces look at you this way. Creepy pumpkins, creepy pumpkins, creepy pumpkins. But not so bad this way. Then this room was empty, and so I pushed it out a little bit and threw in some cacti. I don't really know why, because I don't use cacti, but they're cute in these little pots. I'm going to have to figure out a way to harvest these, because harvesting them ends up you losing most of them and getting poked, and just There's a couple of them that are like in the center where I can't even get to them because the cactus kills me. So I'm going to have to figure out a better way to harvest them. Either that or they're just going to sit there and look pretty. I think that is everything that I've done. I did some caving and mining down in the depths of my world. Also, we're running on 1.4.6, so everything is spinny now, which is kind of cool. Kind of still throws me off when I see it, though. I don't think I've done anything else at the base, and I don't think I've done anything... Yeah, see how boring this area looks now? It's just plain stone brick walls and stuff. That's how the other tunnel looks. So mixing it up and adding some cool looking designs just makes it look nicer. Oh, I did clean up this room because when I redid the towers, and you can see that the floor is still messed up, I pushed the walls out a little bit to make more space, and so there was like grass there. So I moved the water thing back and cleaned the floor up. I need to clean up a lot more though. Just one thing at a time. But what I wanted to do today was continue talking about my London trip, my London portion of my Minecon trip. Last episode I left off saying that I had arrived in London and made it to the meetup and ran into Good and Paws and Badge again, and that was awesome. I forgot to mention that on my last day in Paris, I spent some time, I re-met up with a guy named Roots, who I had met at Minecon, who had traveled, I think he went to Italy or Spain or something. A couple days, he had like a metro pass or a rail pass that let him go around, and then we met up in Paris again before heading back to London, and we hung out in London quite a bit as well. But he recently gave me a cool thing to give away on my channel, so I'm going to announce the winner of last episode's contest at the end of this episode, and I'm going to tell you what cool thing he gave me to give away for you guys. So if you want a chance of winning something really cool, and this is a thing that he got from Minecon, which I did not get, so he gave it to me very generously, and if you want a chance to win on that, pay attention, listen at the end of the episode, I will tell you what it was. But so, London, hung out at the meetup at Waxy O'Connor's, lots of fun. Good was just drinking and drinking. Both Good and Paws were drinking a ton, just to epic proportions. I only got them each one drink, but they did not need it. They had so much. I think we're going to work on this house. I got some wood to help build it up, so I think that's what we're going to do. But yeah, they were in good form. They were happy. The fans were taking care of them. And it's always interested me. Hey, Cole. Good and Paws and entertainers like them generally make more money than their fans do. And I get that, I mean, as a fan, I totally understand wanting to buy, like, somebody like Good or Paws who has brought you a lot of joy and happiness and entertainment. I get wanting to buy them a drink. So, I mean, I did it too. I wanted to say, hey, thank you. This is my thanks to you. But at the same time, it makes me laugh because they've got the money to buy their own drinks, and a lot of times the fans don't. A lot of times the fans are the ones that are the poorest. So it's always an interesting mentality to me. Not that I think that's weird, or certainly don't think that it was exploitive of them, because they were very generous and were definitely not asking for drinks. But just a little strange thing. This is going to be a pumpkin and melon farm, or shop. I moved the pumpkins and melons out of this one, so I'm going to put them over here. And I'm trying to decide if I want it to be like a pumpkins on the bottom and melon second floor, or if I want it to be like just a really big thing. I think we're going to go with a two-story building. That way I can still use this space for something else. So we're just going to fill this in. And I'll poke some windows in later. So, had a lot of fun there. It lasted a lot longer than they had said it would. I think they said that they were going to be done by like 11, and although a lot of people left, it was, I think, midnight by the time we were done, maybe even later. It might even have been like 2 or 3, and of course, I was there for the guys, basically, so I stayed with them until the end. Afterward, we had, I think the trains had stopped running, so there was a couple people who had missed their train, a couple people who didn't have like a place to stay. Like, fortunately, we had a hotel room, so we just had to get back to the our hotel which was not, I mean, we just had to find cabs. But we had at least one girl who, well, she was more of a woman. She stayed, and then Paws was like, oh, you can stay at our hotel. And then Good was like, I did not agree to this, because Paws is really nice. Like, Paws, people make fun of, like, how nice Canadians are, but, like, Paws is, like, genuinely, like, the nicest person that I've, like, ever met. Not ever, but, I mean, he's just so genuinely nice, and like, doesn't realize how nice he is, that, like, his niceness is almost dangerous. He could be very easily taken advantage of. Just for an example of one of the nice things that he did is, it's really laid out. This happened the next night, so I'm jumping the gun here, but at the London Eye meetup, he split his pants. You've probably seen pictures of it or heard stories of it on the Reddit, but Paws busted a hole in his pants, and so we went to seek out a pair of pants for him. I think that's why we went to this store. I can't even remember now. But it was really cold, and I was wearing, like, one of my loud Hawaiian flower shirts underneath it. This might even have been the same night. I don't know. But one night, we were out. It was really cold. I was wearing a loud Hawaiian flower shirt because I wanted to... That's what I dress like. And during the day, it's fine. But at night, it got really cold, and I was not wearing a long sleeve shirt like most people were, or thermal underwear or anything. I just had jeans and a t-shirt on under my coat. And I had a pretty decent coat. It was pretty warm, but I was very cold. And it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were outside wandering, like, I think it was Islington we were? Somewhere. Really cold. I was freezing. Paws is wearing, like, a hoodie and, like, pants that have a hole in them. And he was cold, too. I mean, he's Canadian, but he was still cold. It was below freezing. So, it was cold. And I'm sitting there shivering. I'm, like, dying, practically. I remember me and Badge, especially, were, like, freezing. And Ipla, I think. And Paws looks at me, and he goes, do you want my jacket? And I'm like, like, how sweet is that? Like, it's one thing to say that to, like, a nice girl that you're attracted to and, like, want to impress or something, or your girlfriend or something, but I'm a dude, and I'm, like, not even a dude that he particularly knows well. He's just nice. Like, he had no ulterior motives. He was just, this person is colder than I am, do you want my jacket? And, of course, I declined it because it was cold, and he was cold, and should not have been giving me his jacket, and it, you know, it was not that thick of a jacket, wouldn't have helped, and it was kind of awkward, but it was just, that was, like, the niceness of Paws. Like, he rages a lot, he swears a lot, but he's, like, a really genuinely nice person. So, that impressed me. Kudos to you, Paws. What do you guys think of that? It is not even. Do you think we should, I mean, it doesn't need to be even, but, like, this window is much bigger, and if I move the door over, I could make it, I could small that and big that. Actually, I think those corners, you know what I think we're going to do is we're going to turn this all into, dark logs. Spruce logs. I think that'll look cool. So, if you've watched Good's videos, you've seen the accordion player that Paws and Good were pretty drunk at the end of the night, which was funny. And, Paws, there were a lot of buskers, which is a person who will, like, ride on the train playing music and then walk around for tips afterward. And they can be really annoying, and they can also be kind of cool. But Paws, in his drunkenness, found, like, a really annoying accordion player who didn't apparently speak much English and also couldn't play the accordion. Like, some of these buskers are pretty good and can sing really well or play or whatever. This guy could not play well and could not really speak English, and Paws wanted to annoy Good by paying this bad accordionist to, like, follow Good around singing really loud, obnoxious songs. And you guys should just go watch Good's video where Paws gives him £10, which is, like, I don't know, $15 American, to annoy Good. And the guy has caught on to a mark. Like, the guy is like, this is a dumb American or Canadian who has more money than he knows what to do with and is also drunk. So I'm going to try to exploit him and get him to give me even more money. Which, as drunk as Good got, Good still had almost all of his faculties. I mean, he was a bit tipsy, but he was not going to, like, give this accordion player a lot of extra money. Like, Pause gave him $10, and the accordion guy was like, oh, well, now Pause is the big man. If you want to be the big man, give me more money, and then you can be number one. Which is probably a tactic that works just fine for, like, really drunk people, but Good was not that drunk. So, Good started telling this guy to fuck off, and the guy was, like, not getting a hint, and finally, like, the bouncer of the bar started being like, just piss off, dude. Like, you got 10 pounds. Like, that's so much more than you deserve. It was really funny. Like, I guess it was one of those you had to be there things, but it was extremely funny. And it's probably pretty funny in the video as well, if you pay attention, if you watch the end of that video. So I was there for that, and then we ended up having this woman with us that, her name was Gwen. I think I probably shouldn't say that because this is the internet, but her name was Gwen, and Good, we ended up getting a cab. It took us forever to find cabs. And we were all, well, I wasn't drunk, but there was definitely quite a few drunk people, and our party was, like, full of, like, random fans and people. Like, my hotel was within walking, it was, like, 3 blocks away from Paws and Goods, so it kind of made sense that I was hanging out with them at that point, but some of the other fans were just not leaving, I guess, and some of them were helping us find hotels and stuff, or helping us find cabs, but there was this woman that we tried to, like, get her a bed with someone else, and unfortunately, like, nobody had beds, and we ended up finding a cab, and she got in the cab with Paws, and I think my friends, like, my Anna Riston, I think, and Paige, and maybe Epla? Like, I remember I was in the cab with Good and Etho / not Etho, that guy that everybody thinks is Etho. That's not actually Etho, but I don't really know what to call him. But I think I was in the car with them, and maybe Badge? There was a 4th person, but I can't remember who it was now. All I remember was Good freaking out. Like, he definitely thought that, like, Paws was going to be tied up and raped and murdered, or get all of his stuff stolen, and I totally get where Good is coming from, because he does not know this woman, and she felt like a groupie, you know. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way, but that's what she felt like. She felt like the kind of woman who is interested in famous people because of the fame by proxy that they can get. Now, whether or not this is true, I don't know. I don't know this woman, and I mean, we spoke a little bit, but I didn't get to have a conversation with her. But I do know that while we were at the club, she came up to me with my 800 subs at the time, and was making, not moves on me, but was definitely kind of chatting me up, you know, and I was flattered, but I'm not famous, like, I'm sorry, but it was awkward at the time. I was kind of like, do you actually know my show? And I mean, she said that she knew the Mindcrack Manhunt, but I have a feeling that she may have asked someone, like, what does he do? Does he have a series? I don't know. I don't know the story, but it was suspicious enough that, you know, it felt like either she wants fame by proxy by, you know, making friends with quote-unquote celebrities, or she was interested in the fact that these guys have some money, and if they don't have money, they've got iPads, and they've got laptops, and they've got video cameras, and cameras, and things that, you know, you get the guy in bed, and then he goes to sleep, and then you steal all of his electronical stuff, and then you leave. And that's a completely valid fear, and Good had a lot of irreplaceable electronics, a lot of irreplaceable content on them, like his video camera. So I totally understood where he was coming from. People said that he was overreacting, and maybe he overreacted a little bit, but I also totally think it was valid, because he didn't know this woman, and Paws is genuinely, like, just that nice of a guy that he could easily get taken advantage of. So Good was freaking out, and he ate it when we got to the cab. Like, he jumped over us. He was kind of wedged in the back and ended up tripping and falling on his face on the pavement, and really ended up hurting himself, which sucked. But we finally got up there into the room, and I guess one thing that, like, it was late and none of us really thought about the fact that Pause was there with, like, all of our other friends, so, like, he wasn't by himself. Like, they went up to the hotel room, to Good and Pause's hotel room, but so did, I think, Ipla and Anariston and Paige. So it wasn't, maybe it was Kinross was with us? I don't remember, but, they weren't alone. They were not alone in the hotel room, and like, our cab was like maybe 5 or 10 minutes behind, so nothing happened. But at the time, it was serious, and Good was freaking out, and I think Pause felt a little embarrassed by the way that Good was freaking out. Now, in retrospect, it's quite funny to think about how everything went down. But at the time, it was kind of scary. Like, genuinely, I was concerned. And Pause, just to prove how nice he is, since there was no rooms at the hotel to check out for the girl, and nobody had any space for her to crash, Pause ended up staying in the lobby with her until, like, 6 a.m., despite the fact that the next day we were going to the London Eye meetup. He stayed up with her to keep her company so that she wouldn't be alone. And I feel like that helped prove that she was not out to, like, steal from anyone. I do genuinely think she was a fan. Now, that doesn't mean that she wasn't also interested in fame by proxy or something, but she was at least not just a random person at the bar that discovered these guys or something. So, I don't know. It was interesting. That was fun. We ended up going to the lobby. We stayed up a while with Good, too. I don't know why, like, I was fine the entire time. I never had any jet lag. I never had any well, I had some sleep insomnia, like, where I couldn't get to sleep, but that, like, I was never, except for one time on the day that we went to Disneyland, I was never, like, super exhausted. So, like, 2 or 3 o'clock would roll around, and Good and I would still want to be up and chatting and hanging out, and everybody else was like, we're going to bed, bye. So, like, I know I was staying with Anariston and Kinross, and like, they wanted to go to bed, and so I had to, like, walk back to the hotel, and we only had one room key, so I had to, like, walk back to the hotel room and let Kinross in so that I could leave and come back and get the key again, and it worked out, but it was kind of weird, because I remember, like, Good was like, I'm not done, I still want to stay up and talk and hang out, and even despite all of, like, the times that, how much we hung out and talked, like, I still feel like we didn't, because we hung out and talked the next night, too, and I still feel like I just didn't get enough to hang out time. And definitely not enough with Pause, because Pause, on the other hand, was always going to sleep and needing his rest. So one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to PAX is that I think that there will be more chances to just hang out and talk and chill. So I really look forward to that. Let's see how this looks from the outside. It's kind of... felt like I just saw a name tag. I guess I'm seeing things. That is a big building. I guess the spruce logs need to go up all the way. Maybe one additional layer. Do you think I should have an additional layer of this? Or just a dark wood roof? Maybe we'll just put a roof on it. But, let's see. Anything else? So the girl, let's see. I know, it was really good talking to Badge. Like, I like Badge, but, he's a little abrupt sometimes on, like, the Reddit. Like, he can be an asshole, basically, on the Reddit, and I totally get why, but that can be kind of off-putting, and it's sometimes hard to know how much of that is genuine, like, how much of that is actually an asshole, and how much of that is just him kind of being frustrated with the quality of his fans / commenters. And having met him in person, I'm firmly of the belief that it's just frustration at some of his more idiotic fans, and just a bit of, like, a tongue-in-cheek personality, because I really enjoyed hanging out with Badge, and I would love to get to hang out with him again sometime, again, without quite as much, like, crazy commotion. Like, he was just a genuinely cool guy, and I feel like he doesn't get appreciated enough, because he's got a lot of, like, really intelligent thoughts and things, and a lot of that is just lost when what happens is he gets in these, like, the only videos of his that really get watched are the ones that he does with Team Nancy Drew, and when Team Nancy Drew is there, there's 3 very dominant personalities that kind of drowned him out. So a lot of his coolness he just doesn't get to express because he's competing against Good and Paws and Beef. And it's not like they're trying to do this, they're all very good to him, but it's just the nature of the beast, you know? So it's a shame that he doesn't get quite as much appreciation as he does. And we had some really nice conversations. I think he ended up going to bed pretty early, too. For a while, I remember it was late, and it was like me and Good and Paws and Gwen. I think Badge had gone to sleep. I know that Eepla had gone to sleep. I think Etho/not Etho was there as well, maybe? I don't know. It's sad because it's been long enough now that I've started to forget. I know that I ended up going to sleep at like 3-ish, and we ended up meeting up again the next morning for breakfast, and that was kind of weird because during the night Anariston had gone home, and without saying he was going home, I think it was that night. I don't think ended up going to the London Eye, which I was surprised because I understand that people need to leave when they need to leave, but I would have liked to have said goodbye to him, so Anariston, I missed you, I'm sorry. I remember meeting up in the morning. There was like a cool little place that they ended up eating, which was nice. I don't remember what I got, but it was good. Paws was wrecked because he had stayed up so early, like until 6 a.m. or something, and then they ended up waking up at like 9 or something so that we could go to the National Museum. No, the Natural Gallery. Natural History, something. Watch Good's video, it's funny. But Paws was pretty wrecked, like, just didn't have any sleep and tired and hungover, and he was not in good states. Which, Paws, that's what you get for over-drinking. You need to not drink as much next time. But he has a lot of fun. And despite his exhaustion, he went, and in those videos you really can't even tell that he is quite as hungover as he is. So, but we did end up taking a cab, and that was, my cab ride over there was pretty cool, because I was in the cab with Good, Paws, and Badge. It was just the 4 of us. So that was an interesting thing, except for poor Paws was really hungover and I thought was literally about to die. But Natural History Museum was a lot of fun. You definitely have to watch Good's video on that, because Paws and Good definitely went around acting like a documentary, and there's a lot of funny moments there. Didn't do as much there as I wanted to. We were kind of pressed for time. We wanted to see dinosaurs, and apparently the dinosaurs were on the opposite side of the side that we went on, which was a shame. If we hadn't had to go to the meetup, then we could have spent the rest of the day doing the other side of the museum. Instead, we had to cut it short, which was fine, but when you're in London for one day, you kind of want to see a bunch of things. I guess the video is already half an hour long, so I need to end this here so that I have enough time to announce my winners and announce the new contest. I will tell you the rest of the London meetup, the London Eye meetup, in the next episode. So, for the winners, last episode, all you had to do was, this isn't for last episode, this was for winning my 200 subscriber contest. And all you had to do was subscribe and comment on the video, and I had somebody on the VintageBeef Fan Server, in fact, just give me a number, just randomly give me a number, and the number that they guessed was what I decided would be the winning number for the contest, and the winner for 2 magnets off of my Etsy shop, and getting a chance to name any building on the VintageBeef Fan Server, goes to a long-time subscriber, commenter, somebody that, as soon as I found this name, knew was a subscriber, didn't have to look it up, knew that this person had been around for a while. So congratulations to, let's see, Iron Cristiano 21! Congratulations, you win my 200 subscriber magnet and naming special. He's pretty cool. He's definitely been around for a while, always leaves great comments, and is very supportive. So I'm really glad to see it go to someone like him. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And for those of you who would like to have a chance to win my new contest, if you pay attention now. This is given to you, this opportunity is given to you from user Roots, R-H-U-T-S, Roots. He went to Minecon. He was really cool. Hung out with him quite a bit. And he, at Minecon, went and got an Alpha Scrolls beta alpha code, which is pretty awesome. It's a new game being developed by Notch and Company, and he's got an alpha code. So if you would like a chance to win an alpha code for the game Scrolls, same rules as last time. Comment on the video and make sure that you are subscribed to me. I will make sure that you are a subscriber, and you can be entered into a chance to win. If you don't want to be entered in the chance to win, you feel free to comment and just let me know that you're not interested in winning, and that's totally fine. Fortunately, this one you do not have to give me your mailing address, so I can give this to you just over the internet. No personal information has to be passed between us. So if you would like to win Alpha Scrolls code, let me know your chance to win. I will announce the winner for this in the next Well Done episode, alright? So you always have to watch Well Done. I may eventually have contests in non-Well Done serials, but this is my main one right now. So I'll probably give away stuff in the Well Done series. Alright, so thank you very much to Roots. You guys should go check his channel out. I think he does some Let's Plays as well. So that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty awesome, because I did not get an alpha code. I did not get to... The Scrolls panel was directly opposite the Mindcrack panel, and so I did not even think about trying to go see that, because I was there for Mindcrack. So thank you very much to Roots for that, and congratulations to Iron Cristiano 21 on winning the magnets. I will be contacting you via YouTube shortly, so that you can let me know which magnets you want, and you can give me your mailing address so that I get them to you. Alright, and that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Von Ryder. Sometimes they call me Just Von. See you guys next time.